What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. So if you guys have been watching my channel, you'll know I bought a new car, or a new to me car, a few months ago, and I haven't really been making any videos about it. That, of course, is the X5 over here. I bought this as a family car. However, of course, just like with all my other cars, no matter what kind of car it is, I always still mod them and I feature them on the channel. However, this one I haven't really been. And to be honest with you guys, it's because there's not really much that I'm enticed to do on this car. I have a mod for it today, which I'll show you guys a little later. But I feel like this car already looks pretty good. If you guys don't know, this is the mineral white. So it looks really good when it's nice and clean, as you guys can tell. It's been raining recently, so the car is filthy. But otherwise, it already has some gloss black wheels, and it also has some red brake calipers, which I think this whole combo looks really good. It's a little overdone, but I think you can never go wrong with this. White car, black wheels, red calipers. I think it's perfect, especially on a family SUV. Now, we did do a few things to it, pretty much just coding, honestly. I coded a few features into this thing. If you guys didn't see that video, definitely go check it out because we actually coded some really cool features into this car. But other than that, guys, I haven't really done anything to it in the 2 months that I've owned it. Now, that's not going to say that way. There's definitely some things I want to do to this thing just to make it look a little better. I'm thinking perhaps an aero kit, but not carbon. I feel like on the X3, I did carbon, and I was always paranoid about it because it was my family car. I'd literally take it like apple picking or something like that with my wife and kids. So this X5, I don't want to have to stress too much. So we're not going to do carbon on the car, but we will do gloss blacks. However, like I said, we do have a small mod for today. And there's a few things I need to address on this car that since I bought it, I've been wanting to fix, but just didn't really have the time to. One of them is right over here in the back, and that is this license plate frame. I don't know how you guys feel about these, but I hate how dealerships always put this. And then the next thing we're gonna address has to do with something pretty close by. But first, let's just quickly get rid of this. All right, and just like that, it is gone. I have it right over here on the floor. Again, guys, no hard feelings to Dark Cars, the dealership that I bought this car from, but you know, I just don't think this looks good. I think this just looks a lot cleaner. By the way, I also did the same thing on the front. So again, this looks a little cleaner. So before we move on to the next thing, I just want to thank the video sponsor, and that is Simply Carbon Fiber. Although I'm not going to be putting any carbon on this car because I don't know if I trust my wife with carbon. I definitely trust myself. So Simply Carbon Fiber makes a whole bunch of cool carbon fiber accessories like phone cases, watches, all that good stuff. Something I have with me at all times is their slim wallet. This thing is super small, super sleek. You guys can see it compared to my hand. This thing feels like you have nothing in your pocket when you're carrying it around. It holds up to 7 cards and also has a money clip here on the back. Again, guys, absolutely love this thing. It has that beautiful carbon fiber look, and I'll be honest with you guys, I think I've had it for maybe almost like 2 years at this point, and this thing is pretty freaking durable. This carbon has lasted longer than the carbon on my front lips on my cars, which is really sad to say. Anyways, guys, go check out the links down in the description below. There's a promo code for you guys to use to get an additional discount. But with that said, let's get back into the X5. So now the next thing we need to address on this X5 are these emblems. If you guys can tell, they are black. And not only are they black, they're just stickers. Whoever owned this car previously probably thought this was a good idea. They just don't look good to me. In my opinion, it kind of makes the car look a little cheap. I wish it was only on the front over here. But they also put those stickers on the wheels, on the rear emblem, which you guys have seen already. And yes, guys, they even went as far as to put it on the steering wheel. Now look, I'm not one for making fun of people for modding their cars, whether you choose to go for like the highest of quality or you choose to go for like AliExpress. I've done both, so no hate. However, guys, let me just tell you, this mod, it doesn't look good. I know it's cheap and easy to do, but just look at this. Like even on the steering wheel, you guys can see the blue is starting to show. Just to further emphasize how cheap these things are, look how easily I can remove them, which is actually pretty good for me because I definitely don't want these on the car. And just like that, the steering wheel already looks way better. I'm probably gonna get a microfiber cloth with some rubbing alcohol and wipe this thing down, but for now, this looks way better. All right, so I did the rear emblem, I did the steering wheel, which you guys already saw, and then I went ahead and did the front as well. So the last thing I want to resolve about this car from the previous owner is the steering wheel, not just the emblem stickers over here, guys. You can probably tell the steering wheel is super shiny, super greasy, which is really gross. When I bought it from the dealership, they did detail the car, but I don't think they cleaned the steering wheel. I don't think the steering wheel was ever clean. Because, I mean, look at this, guys. I don't know how well the camera's going to pick it up, but this thing is super shiny. It should not be that way. It should be matte and dull. That's a sign of a clean steering wheel. All this like shiny stuff, that's grease from the previous owner's hands. So definitely really gross and something we need to address today before I put my hands on this thing anymore. So if you guys want to do this to your car, I recommend Chemical Guys leather cleaner. I use them all the time. I'll leave some links down in the description below. Normally, I think just a clean microfiber cloth and that cleaner should be enough, but since this one is so bad, I'm actually gonna use a brush, which I know some people aren't gonna like, but it is what it is. All right, we are all set. Again, guys, I think it looks way better, looks way cleaner. I don't know how well the camera's picking it up, but this thing just looks 10 times better. I'm really happy with this. Now, the rest of the car does need a nice detail. However, the steering wheel is just grossing me out because, again, that's someone's greasy hand stuff that's all over it and you're constantly touching it. So I wanted to make sure I address that first. And now also combined with the original BMW emblem, starting to look like a new car. So now with all that done, we can finally move on to that mod that I was telling you guys about. Again, it's a pretty subtle one, but I think it's gonna make the car look a little more sporty and also a little more luxurious in my opinion. And that is this right over here. That's right, guys, a red start button for the X5. You guys can tell currently it has that silver start button, which doesn't look bad, but I feel like it looks a little basic. It kind of blends in with the rest of this whole center console thing, but I think the red is gonna pop. My G80 M3 has a red start button. I'm pretty sure they reserve it for the M cars, but I just think it's gonna look a lot better. It's gonna give a little more color on this interior. It's gonna make the start button pop a little more. It'll also remind me a little more of my G80 M3, which is never a bad thing. So as always, guys, if you want one of these, links will be down in the description below. They're pretty cheap and pretty easy to do. I'm not gonna actually show you guys the installation in this video. I'm actually gonna do like a YouTube short / TikTok for it. So if you guys wanna see that, I'll leave it linked somewhere, but I'll still show you guys the before and after so we can see just how much better the red start button looks. So with that said, we're gonna go from this boring silver start button to this much cooler red start button. It was pretty easy, guys, to install. Again, go check out that YouTube short that I'm gonna do. But if you guys really wanna know how to do this, the best way to do it is taking a blade like that, getting underneath the original start button, and just prying it upwards. It should come out pretty easy. And again, guys, I think it's a nice upgrade from the silver one. It just feels a little more sporty to me, so I'm a big fan. I guess you can say that's the first official mod on this X5, which is pretty crazy. But like I said, guys, we're gonna be doing a whole bunch of other stuff to this car. Probably not carbon, but we will be doing some other things. So if you guys want to see that, definitely stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you guys enjoyed this video, please drop it a like. It really helps me out way more than you realize. But anyways, with that said, this video is pretty much done, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.